Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Haley. So, you might not be able to notice without me telling you, but I have a bit of a different background. It's still my same vanity, same mirror, but it's much less cluttered. And the reason for that is my old beauty room, which was our spare bedroom, is now going to be the nursery for our sweet baby. And I'm almost to the 20-week halfway point, and so we need to start, just slowly working on the nursery. And so we decided to move my vanity out here, but because it's in the living room, I said this on Instagram, so if you follow me there, our living room, I worked very hard on. Everything is the way that I want it to look, and my husband worked really hard on the floors. We spent a lot of money on this couch that I absolutely love. He mounted the TV on the wall, which is cool because it can, turn all these different directions and stuff. It's turned towards me right now, which is cool. We got bar stools over here. So I just wanted to make sure if my vanity was in the living room that it looked very clean and put together and organized and minimal. So I had acrylics all over that I kind of consolidated into the actual drawers of the vanity. So eventually I'll probably do a new updated vanity tour. I need to declutter. Stuff is very much squeezed in here. So we have some declutter videos coming. I've already done an eyeshadow declutter, but I just wanted to mention the difference in background because you might be able to tell, and I kind of like it. It's very clean, aesthetic, minimal. Anyway, we're gonna get into my empties. So every season I do empties at the end of every season. So winter, spring, summer, fall. The last one I did was for winter. So this one is going to be for the spring. However, another preface I need to make is I was pregnant for all of spring, secretly pregnant. Not a secret from me, but a secret from you guys and everybody else. Because I was pregnant, I had to stop using a lot of the things that I would normally use, either because there were harmful skincare ingredients or because the smell of the makeup products I couldn't do it. So there's less empties than there normally are, but I still have half a bag full here. So we're gonna go through that and I'm excited to show them to you guys. Okay, so we're gonna start with one of my husband's. I've shown this in a lot of videos before, and it was funny because he's like, don't you keep showing those? And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, it's showing people that you genuinely really like it because you keep repurchasing it. So it's the Dr. Bronner's Pure Castille soap. This is they have different scents. Which one is this? This is the peppermint one. Doesn't say it on there, but I can tell from smelling it. He loves to use this as body wash, and it is so fragrant, especially speaking as a pregnant person. But he absolutely loves this. For me, I feel like this would burn my skin because it's so like pepperminty fragrant, but he loves it. And it was funny because his mom was recently saying that she also loves this one. There's something about it. I don't get it, but he really likes to use this as body wash. He keeps repurchasing. He is a very, very frugal person. So if he sees that one that is less expensive is on sale, he'll buy that one instead. But if he sees that the peppermint is on sale, he'll get that one because it's his favorite. So there's a husband empty for you. Okay, makeup remover wipes. I feel like I don't show these in empties very often, but because I had so few, I threw this in here. This is honestly just like a generic brand. It just says hydrating makeup remover and cleansing towelettes. It says it's CVS Health, so I guess I got these from CVS. We call it Longs in Hawaii, but same thing. So these are okay. I don't use these for my face. I use them to clean off swatches, to clean up my vanity every now and then, but I know they're really bad for the environment, so I try not to use them, and I try to use towels, but every now and then I pick these up just for the ease. And the smell of these is horrible. I don't think it would bother me pre-pregnancy, but I hate it. I really only used it up to not waste them. There are a few things that I'm like, oh, I hate the smell of this, but I just have to do it. This was one of them because it just feels so wasteful to just not use them at all. But yeah, the smell, I can't even describe it. This is loud. It's like powdery soap, floral, that's just gross. So, and I mean, they worked for taking off swatches, but I wouldn't repurchase these. And I would not put these on my face with how fragrant they are. This would probably irritate your skin because they're so fragrant. I don't know. Okay, I will show these two together. It's the Kerastase Genesis shampoo and conditioner, but this is for dry, weakened hair. So they have a regular one, and this one is for more dry hair, which I tend to have drier hair because of the bleach. I haven't bleached it again since becoming pregnant. They say you're supposed to be able to color your hair, but I don't know. I have to do more research on that, I guess. Ask my doctor. I liked this. This is going to be something I say a lot. I am not normally this way. In pregnancy, I'm sorry to keep bringing it up, but this is a big part of my life right now. In pregnancy, using something too much has made me not like it, which is normally not me at all. If you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, I am a very sentimental person, and I normally repurchase things for years. But this, months and months of using this, I was like, I can't do it anymore. It has a scent. The scent, I didn't like it in pregnancy. Again, I don't think I would have minded it if I wasn't, but it's just so strong that it bothered me. And to be fair, you guys, senses are heightened, right? So it's strong to me. I think pre-pregnancy, it probably wouldn't have seemed very strong to me. So I liked this though. It worked well for my hair. They're very expensive, but I'm using Bumble and Bumble right now, which is only slightly less expensive, and I think possibly less product. So, you know, I needed something that smelled different. But I did like this. I have enjoyed using Kerastase products for a couple years now. It's what my salon sells, and I do really like it. Okay, I got this little mini, I guess it's not that little, but it's a smaller size of the Johnson's baby oil. You guys know I like to use this to remove eye makeup. I bought this at my local grocery store, so it was very expensive. It was more expensive than if I had bought it at Walmart or Target, and I probably could have gotten a better size for a less expensive price there. I usually like the off-brand instead of Johnson's because Johnson's is so expensive for just baby oil. It's crazy. I remember when baby oil was just a few dollars. I feel like I say this every time, and it can be like $10. It's crazy. So I actually really like the Up and Up brand, and in my last empties, I think I said that they were discontinuing it. They now have it again at Target. So I think they were changing the packaging because the packaging looks completely different. So because of that, they were letting things run out probably, but they have it again. So I would go with either the Up and Up baby oil or the one from Walmart, which is, I always forget what Walmart's brand is, but either of those, it's just less expensive than this. But baby oil is what I absolutely love using to remove eye makeup. It removes all your eye makeup. It removes waterproof eye makeup, and I never worry about there being residue left over, and it's so much less expensive than actual eye makeup removers. Even for this being expensive for baby oil, not nearly as expensive as actual eye makeup removers, and it will last you way longer because you only need a tiny bit for both eyes. Okay, we got a theme here. As always, I have the I have the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balms. I have 2 of them. You guys, this is one of my favorite products. Really great at removing makeup. The only thing though is that, again, it has a very light fragrance. I was talking to a friend about this. Joanne, shout out if you're watching this. The fragrance is very light. Because I was using it so long, hated it. Hated it. So I had to switch to something that does not have a fragrance that I'll talk about in a minute. But normally, under normal circumstances, this is one of the least expensive, fantastic makeup removers. I always prefer a balm. I use it in the shower. That's how I always take my makeup off, in the shower, because I wear a lot of makeup. I don't like standing over the sink for long periods of time. I always take showers at night anyway, so it just makes sense. But these work really well. The fragrance is very light. I really don't think it would bother most people, unless you're pregnant. Okay, we have a little mini of the CeraVe Healing Ointment. I got this from my dermatologist a long time ago because I have contact dermatitis on my right hand. Haven't been able to get rid of it, but they've suggested a lot of different things. None of them have worked, some have helped. I went to Vegas for a work trip right after school got out for 4 or 5 days. And I knew it was gonna be obviously very dry there. It's the desert. It was also very hot. It was like 110 degrees. And so I wanted something travel sized that would be moisturizing for my hand, especially my right hand. You guys, I have been looking for the actual tube of this for a few weeks now because this was so good. So good. I don't know if the tube would be different though. Sometimes they are different from when they're in a little pot like this and when they're in a tube. This is, think Aquaphor petroleum jelly consistency, but sinks into your skin so much faster. Like, you don't have to worry about then having gloopy hands for a really long time or adding water to try to get it to soak into your hands or anything like that. Trust me, I've had to do all of that. This, I would say it's a similar, if you've ever tried the, I think it's Neutrogena, their Norwegian hand cream, similar idea, but I actually like this one a little bit better because that one has some grit to it that usually I just don't mind, but this doesn't have that grit. And if you have dry hands or dry feet, whatever, this is really good. And my doctor actually gave me a few other samples of this, so I'll probably go into that to keep in my purse. But I want to find the tube because I really, really liked this. It did a great job. So it didn't cure my dermatitis, obviously, but I mean, you guys, I went outside one time when I was in Vegas. I was at a, if you were a teacher, I was at a PLC conference that was in Caesar's Palace. So the conference was in Caesar's Palace. We got a cool discounted rate to actually stay in Caesar's Palace, so I stayed there. And because I was 13 weeks pregnant and not feeling well and really tired, I pretty much only had energy to go to the conference. So all the food I was getting was from inside Caesar's Palace. I went to Sephora while I was there. There's a Sephora inside Caesar's Palace. I only went out one time and it was to do karaoke with my coworkers because I felt so bad. I was not participating in anything with them except for the conference because I just was not feeling well. And that was the only time. And long story long of this is, even with not going outside, my hand, especially this hand, dermatitis, right, dry, my hand was cracking, which is sometimes happens here in Hawaii, but cracking and bleeding. It was very painful. This is the only thing that kind of saved me. So that was quite an experience. I'm glad I went. If I had known I was going to be pregnant when I signed up for it, I would not probably have signed up for the conference. But it's okay. It's all an experience. It was a good experience to have. I just had, you can imagine, just imagine also morning sickness, 6-hour flight, really bad turbulence. Think about that and imagine the scenario that happened, and the scenario you're thinking is probably what actually happened. I have, let's see, the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I have liked this for a long time, you guys. I've really raved about this product. I don't know, the only thing with it, and my friend Asia and I were talking about this, is I feel like it dries out quickly, sometimes within like a month, which I use eyeliner every time I do my makeup for the most part. So I use a lot of eyeliner, and if it's that expensive, I don't think it should only last a month. And the flip side of it is, this on me tends to bleed when you first open it. So I like to wait a little while for it to dry out, maybe a couple weeks. And then it's awesome, but then it's only awesome for a month. And then it is dried out and you really can't use it anymore. Your wings get huge because you're just trying to get the product out. So I'm looking for an alternative. I actually have one right now that I really like. It's very different and it's also high-end, which is not great, but it's already lasting me a lot longer and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm experimenting with finding new ones. And then I have a Milani Precision Brow Pencil. I really like this brow pencil. I've talked about it a lot. It has a microfine tip, which is great for precision. The spoolie is good for kind of distributing the product and blending it out. The only thing about this is, I've never looked on Milani's website, but in drugstores on Island, I have not really found a great shade match for me. This one I think is soft brown. Yeah, the words have come off, so I'm not sure. It's probably soft brown. I actually think I need one a little bit cooler toned than this. So I don't know, I like it. I just wish there were more shades accessible to me in person, but I've never looked online if there are other shades. Okay, we have a lot of makeup removers in this video, I'm sorry. This I didn't use up, but I just hated it. And I try to save those for products I hated kind of videos, decluttering, but I just need to get rid of it because it's been sitting in my shower and I just don't like it. So it's from Naturium. It's their fermented camellia creamy cleansing oil. Normally I really like Naturium products, but this I wanted to use as a makeup remover, and I need to finally just learn my lesson. If it says cleanser or cleansing oil or cleansing balm, it is not going to be a good makeup remover. Makeup remover needs to come in the title before cleanser. I know it sounds dumb, but it's a basic rule of thumb that I found to be pretty much true. And this says cleansing oil. And underneath it says transformative gel to oil cleanser, melts away makeup oil and other impurities. This doesn't do anything to get rid of makeup. It just moves your makeup around. The smell is not good. Although now I'm not smelling anything, so maybe it didn't have a bad smell. But it just doesn't work. It's not a good product. It won't remove makeup. I can't speak to if you just wanted to use this as a cleanser, maybe it would work. Maybe if you use this as your second cleanse, it might work, but I just didn't like it. And it says to wear sunscreen during the day. So there must be something in here that is attracting the sun and making you more susceptible to burning. I don't know what that would be. I did not use this in pregnancy. I kept this in my shower for like a year, and I used it to, what's the right word? I used this when I would run out of makeup remover. If I needed to really go to the store and get a new makeup remover balm, I would keep this in my shower as a last resort because it takes some stuff off, kind of, but not really. But now it doesn't even really work for that well. So I might as well just get rid of it. I really don't like this. Okay, we have a NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I really like this, you guys. I have talked about this a lot over the years. It is a very hydrating, glowier, creamy concealer for under the eyes. It blends out really well. I think if you have more oily under eyes, you definitely want to set it, but you may need to check on it throughout the day, and I sometimes do. But I still really like this. It's probably my favorite drugstore concealer. I also really like to use this as a highlighter to highlight the high points of the face. It works really well for that. It blends out really well. If you get a lighter shade, it works for that really well. So I would definitely repurchase this. I have a few different concealers right now, so I don't think I'm gonna repurchase another one right now, but I do really like this one and highly recommend it if you're looking for one from the drugstore. Okay, we have another eyeliner. This is probably my favorite drugstore eyeliner. It's the JCat Rockin' Glitz Diamond Dazzle eyeliner in Tuxedo Mask. It's their matte one. They have a bunch with glitter too and different colors. This is really good. This one is, I think this one is technically a brush tip, but it's so firmly pressed together that it's almost like a felt tip. And I like that because it gives you a lot of control with your wing. I've said before many times, this is not the blackest formula, so you have to kind of go over it 2 times to get it to maybe the darkest black shade you can. But once you do that, it's dark and it stays all day. I never have an issue with this one going everywhere. I can even cry, and this one for the most part doesn't go anywhere. So I really like this one. JCat I feel like is a very underrated drugstore brand. It's just been sold out everywhere. Every time I go to the store, they haven't restocked this. So I keep looking for it and I want to repurchase it because it's definitely my favorite of the drugstore eyeliners, but I just haven't found it. Highly recommend. I have a little mini of the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Cream. They have these in the little kiosks in Target, not in the actual travel section, but they have little kiosks in the beauty section that have, actually they're big kiosks, but they have little versions of a lot of different beauty products. My skin loves this stuff, you guys. I used this for travel, and then when I got back, I actually used it just on my vanity to apply moisturizer before makeup. I also like to use this before bed. I was having a lot of issues with dry skin. I don't know if it was right before I got pregnant or right when I got pregnant. Somewhere around there though. So I switched back to this. I had used this before and then had switched to other things. This just works so well. It is so hydrating, but lightweight, but not a gel consistency. It's a very interesting kind of moisturizer that if you have dry skin, I think you would really like. It's definitely not thick though. So if you really like a nighttime thick one, I don't think you would like this, but if you're looking for something for every day, this is fantastic and it's from the drugstore. The next three all kind of go together. So let's start with the e.l.f. Makeup Remover Balm smell was driving me crazy. So they opened the Ulta in our Target, which I love. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go to an old standby that I know does not have a scent. And that was, but they only had the big size, the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. This really is the big size. I paid a lot of money for this, you guys. This is 3.8 ounces. I think at the time I was desperate, and we're gonna talk about what I usually go to next from the drugstore. They weren't carrying it at the time, that one, so I bought this. Spent a lot of money on it. From using this, because it's so big, that meant I was using this for several months, which, as we went over earlier, I start to hate things when I use them after several months in pregnancy. And so it didn't have a scent, but I still ended up not liking it after a month and a half. And I found that this does not work as well, or it works equally well as drugstore ones. It's just there's no reason to buy this unless you really feel like splurging, because the drugstore ones that I love are just as good, if not better. So this is good, but I just don't think you need to waste your money on it like I did. So that leads me to what I turn to next. So the only thing about these that I'm going to talk about, I tend to go to Target more than Walmart. Target has stopped carrying these, which is why at the time I bought the Clinique Makeup Melting Balm. Before my trip, I happened to go to Walmart because I needed a few things, and a few things that were cheaper there. And so I was like, I can finally get the makeup remover that I actually like. You've heard me talk about this a million times. You can see this has a clearance sticker from Target because for some reason Target got rid of all of them and then stopped selling them. It's the Neutrogena Makeup Remover Melting Balm. Now, Neutrogena sells a couple different cleansing balms. Again, this is the one that when you read the title, it says Makeup Remover Melting Balm. It does not say cleansing balm. It says Makeup Remover Melting Balm. It's the blue one. This, I was reminded why I love this so much. It has no smell. It works so well. The e.l.f. one is good too, but this one, I feel like turns into more of an oil consistency that helps remove the makeup even better in a way that the e.l.f. doesn't quite do. And because it's only 1 ounce, I think. Oh, this is 2 ounces, sorry. So it only lasts me about a month. And then I could switch to something else if I wanted to, but I do not hate this. I don't know if I'm now far enough along in my pregnancy that maybe that's gonna start happening less, that I hate things. Hate is such a strong word too though, but I can't explain it. If you've been pregnant and you've experienced this, it's like you look at something and it just makes you nauseous and you just hate it. I don't know how to explain that. But it's happening less and less, so I think it's finally going away. I am almost 18 weeks. I'll be 18 weeks in 2 days. So hopefully it's going away. But if you're looking for a good makeup remover and you like balms, look no further. Don't buy high-end, just buy this Neutrogena one in the blue tub, because I have tried the other ones. They're not as good from Neutrogena. Gotta get the blue one with the white cap. And the wind is whipping outside, you guys. I don't know if you can hear that. The fan is creaking from it too. I gotta end this video. I'm sorry I don't have more for you guys this time. I'm sure I will next time. I also wanna do a pregnancy skincare video. But yeah, I had to stop using a lot of products in the spring, which is why I don't have nearly as much as I normally do. But if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will subscribe and give it a like. It does really help out my channel. Let me know what you think of my more clean aesthetic background. If you're already subscribed, I hope you hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.